It's 6:30 in Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to Prime News on my Media Prime Live from Duala. My name is Genda Peldrin Blanche King. The second ordinary session of Parliament for the 10th legislature or 2021 legislative year is effectively progressing with 4 bills tabled, which when adopted by the majority shall authorize the President of the Republic of Cameroon to ratify some cooperation agreements. 3 bills were scrutinized today by the Finance and Budget Committee and the Foreign Affairs Committee. The bills will be adopted or not tomorrow during a general debate in a plenary sitting. Away from that, the regular cleanup operation in Duala every Thursday now has a new mission. Not only is it to keep the city clean, it has also been a day to rid the city of individuals who will not abide to the laws of the country, as it was the case in Akwano yesterday. Gladys Bomotongina was present and compiled the following.
Instauré dans la ville de Duala depuis le 22 janvier 2020, date de signature de l'arrêté préfectoral du département du Vouri, l'idée en ce moment par M. Mboutou Benjamin, la journée hebdomadaire de propreté, encore connue sous le nom de jeudi propre, est devenue une véritable tradition, où l'on observe les points de vente fermés de 6h à 10h30, question de pratiquer un travail manuel tout autour, partie malheureusement la moins respectée. Mais en ce qui concerne les populations de Bonamont à Aquanor, cette journée est devenue plus que essentielle car leur chef, le roi d'Aquanor, Sa Majesté Edoubé Dikotom Pondo David, y veille personnellement pour questions de propreté et aussi de sécurité.
Mon improvisation, j'ai vu que ce jeudi propre, les gens ne respectaient pas. Les gens fermaient, mais pas travailler, d'autres ne fermaient même pas. Mais voilà comment ça ressemble à quelque chose. Voilà pourquoi toutes ces populations et mes notables de toutes les familles, nous travaillons tous les jeudis. C'est d'abord pour nettoyer et les maisons abandonnées pour respecter la sécurité.
Force est pour nous de noter que cette action de jeudi propre leur a permis récemment de participer à l'arrestation des producteurs de boissons frélatées par les forces de maintien de l'ordre du commissariat du 9e à Deidou.
J'ai dit de propriété que mes grands notables de Bonouaké et de Bona Moussongo Yadimba, qu'on a pu détecter ces gens qui vendent ce qui est interdit, donc la boisson frélatée.
Les habitants de Bonamont sont alors plus que heureux du résultat que leur procure cette initiative.
Je dis qu'on peut apporter non seulement le vivre ensemble, le respect entre nous, et c'est une valeur traditionnelle que nous ne connaissons pas.
Vivement que cela serve d'exemple à toutes les autres localités afin de retrouver une ville de Douala propre et dépourvue de criminalité.
Refugees from Central African Republic now residing in displacement camps around Garoua, Bulai and Kenzo have benefited from relief materials and other basic commodities donated by Minister of Territorial Administration Paul Atanganji. Minad Boss is on a 4-day walking visit to the East region. The over 3,000 refugees received these goods yesterday, as Fonquinta tells us in the report that follows.
About 3,250 refugees from Central African Republic, representing 1,200 families who fled atrocities in their country, now seeking refuge in camps in Garoua, Bulai and Kenzo, East region of Cameroon, have benefited from humanitarian relief material sent by the head of state, Paul Biya. The relief material, including food and non-food items, were handed to the refugees by Territorial Administration Minister Paul Atanganji, who is on a 4-day walking visit to the East region.
This is really showing that the government is taking its role with seriousness. We say we thank you to the government for the accompaniment that they have given to us.
According to statistics from officials of the United Nations Human Rights Commission for Refugees, the East region recently received some 6,000 new refugees from Central African Republic following violence orchestrated by armed gangs and political crisis after the presidential elections in the country. The presidential relief package, consisting of 27 trucks, is in a bid to alleviate poverty and equally assist the host community that have been taking care of these refugees. Handing over the relief package, Territorial Administration Boss Paula Fanganji urged the refugees to respect the laws of the land as he assured them of a safe return back home when things return to normalcy in their country.
In Africa, President Paul Biya is a reference, an international reference in terms of humanitarian assistance, not only to refugees but also to internally displaced persons.
As of date, the East region, known to host refugees from neighboring countries, has about 180,000 refugees, with the Gado-Badziri camp alone hosting about 30,000 of them, closely followed by Kenzo refugee camp.
On Wednesday, My Major Prime reported a case of a Dean of Studies who is nowhere to be found, leaving students of Treman Bilingual Comprehensive Secondary Institute stranded, and some students risk not writing the GCE examinations. According to updates from administrators of Treman Bilingual Comprehensive Secondary Institute, the names of the kids who were not registered by the Dean of Studies have been added and fully registered by the Cameroon GCE board. The intervention of over 5 administrators from Treman who visited GCE board in Boya yielded positive outcome. The writing centers and location will be disclosed by the GCE board, and the 3 science students successfully did their practicals today at Deido. The Dean of Studies, Kofi Ngwe, is still nowhere to be found. Stay with My Major Prime for updates and development of the story. Away from that, the mortal remains of the moderator emeritus of the Presbyterian Church, Right Reverend Nyasako Ninko, has been laid to rest today at his residence in Kumba, southwest region of the country. A funeral service was organized yesterday in honor of the Right Reverend Nyasako Ninko at PCSS Boya, and it was heavily attended by many. Let's now get the story from Crise Ekoe.
In this casket lies the mortal remains of 76 years late moderator of the Presbyterian Church in Cameroon, the Very Reverend Dr. Nyasako Niku, gathered here at the premises of PCSS Boya. These are government officials, a battery of pastors, family members and mourners who have come out to bid farewell to a pastor, father and a friend.
He placed the church on a higher pedestal in a way that those who will come after him will find it difficult sustaining and managing the structure he put together. I am glad that I benefited from him.
He never discriminated. When you came to him and when you finish, he will just tap you on the back and say you are blessed. And every time I talk to him, I know I'm blessed. So I think that we have lost a fine preacher, because when he preached, you were alert.
Officiating this funeral service, the moderator of the Presbyterian Church in Cameroon, Right Reverend Funky Samuel Foba, said the death of the late Very Reverend Dr. Nyasako Niku is a very big loss to Cameroon, the nation and Africa at large, as he described the deceased as a great leader, humble servant of God and hardworking. While calling on the family of the deceased moderator to put their trust in God during this trying moment. Addressing the mourners, the chief celebrant further admonished them to desist from societal ills such as embezzlement, lie-stealings, slander, among others, but to rather implore good Christian values such as love, peace, humility, and justice. Going by the son of the late moderator of the PCC, his father will be remembered for his humility and show of love to everyone who approached him.
The more prestigious, the more important my father got, the more humble he became. And I think that's a very valuable lesson. It's, again, as the Reverend Moderator said, about our leaders in the country and the world today. You know, we get power and power corrupts. So it's remarkable and it's refreshing to see a leader like this.
It is worth noting that before his demise, the late Nyasako Niku has served as moderator emeritus of the PCC for 10 years. He leaves behind a wife, 4 children, family members, and many to mourn him.
Commercial bike riders and taximen in Tickle subdivision have started an operation to rid Tickle of filth, joining forces with the divisional officer Mvo Armstrong to keep the municipality clean. Details in the following report compiled by Eileen Sama.
Unity, togetherness and strength best describes the gesture made by the Union of Commercial Bike Riders as well as taximen in Tickle municipality, who came out in their numbers to carry on with Operation Keep Tickle Clean by staying off the steering and pedals from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Wednesday, June 9th, to keep all neighborhoods that make up Tickle subdivision tidy, which is in line with the objective of the administrator of the area, Mvo Armstrong, the divisional officer. For 6 hours, the men and boys cleared all clogged drainages, filled in potholes, clearing off waste among others. All stubborn taxi drivers and bike riders who plied the streets on that day were hijacked from their vehicles and motorbikes to join the cleaning squad, while their passengers stood confused by the roadside.
They gave us a document 2 days backward instructing us to follow the cleaning up campaign, and today is the first day that we are executing what they say the work for the document. Says the cleanup is supposed to start from 6 a.m. right up to 12. So the rest of the cathedrals, we have sent them where they are supposed to work. And the other ones we have sent them the portals so they can fill some potholes when you see that the places are not good. At least we can have free way of moving. And our Joe is emphasizing a lot about this cleanup because he told us that when you keep the environment clean, illness automatically disappears. Illness comes from treatment.
More so, the representative of the drivers' union was tasked by Mvo Armstrong to track down unauthorized taximen and bike riders in the municipality to maintain orderliness.
Which means if you don't have an authorization to circulate, you're not supposed to circulate. If you have an authorization to circulate, you are free to circulate.
At the end of the day, the mission was accomplished. At the end of the day, Operation Keep Tickle Clean was accomplished, with almost all neighborhoods in Tickle touched, from Likumba right up to Mutengene, and the exercise will henceforth be carried out every 2 weeks in Tickle subdivision.
Thanks, Eileen Sama. With that, we end this edition of Prime News on My Major Prime. Thanks for being with us. Take the rendezvous next Monday, 6:30 Cameroon time for another edition of Prime News on My Major Prime. The news was coordinated by Lasha Kinsley, produced by Ewane Eli Nolinga. My name is Genda Blanche King. At 7 p.m. Cameroon time, Prime Hour will be live with Cameroon. Enjoy today's edition of Prime Hour and stay tuned to My Major Prime for other exciting programs. Happy weekend. Good night.